Hello there. I have to admit I find myself in a bad moment with the piece because I wrote already something, but I don't really like what I wrote. So my idea was that I have an initial kind of metronome, like ta 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 ta. Not very fast, like 8 notes at 96 is quite okay. And then I would have events that would break up with this pulse, with this regular pulse. In other pieces that I wrote in the past, I always try to keep the division steady. But in this one, I decided to go a bit further and also use some tuplets. And I have the pulse and then I have random events that happen. The most easy event, the most obvious, is to add two 16th notes. So instead of having just ta 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 da da ta 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 da, this ta da da is really a break into this into this regularity, but it's still part of the regularity, and this would be like the pulse will be piano, and all the new rhythms will be in like sforzando way or some kind of way. Then I would have, like, for example, other pulses. For example, here the arp is actually what we call a 4 against 3, which is playing 4 notes in a 3/4 measure. And it's regular and it's a new pulse. So it's ta. So wait, 1, 2, 3. Ta 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 ta. So this is also a pulse, but faster. Okay. So this pulse will kind of break a bit into of the older pulse. Will break a bit, but the pulse is coming back. I have this. Okay, there are some problems here. We lose the initial pulse that I had, but I have ta 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 ta, and then I have triplets with also bigger pulse to ta 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 ta, and then I go back to the pulse again. You see, ta 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 ta, with of course some sforzandi in the middle. And then here I go really ta 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 ta. Here I go, the arp is going back to the pulse again. So the pulse is, we are going into the pulse, we are going out of the pulse. With some triplets in the middle. So then the harp wants to introduce the pulse, but then the trombone goes a bit with the triplets. We have a 3 against 2 here. The combined rhythm will be ta 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 ta. And then every time I focus on the rhythm, I like to stay a bit in the same note. As you see, when I have this ta 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 ta, is the same note. It's not pop 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 pop. But maybe in the future I will develop so that instead of having this in the same note, I could have something like, sorry about this, tituta, tituta ta ta. It also will be quite challenging for the trombone to do quite very fast ta 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 ta, but it sounds quite nice. I think in the future I will do the same rhythm with a bit more melodic variation. So I have in here a piano section. So here I focus on the G sharp. Harp is playing G sharp. The trombone is playing G sharp. I like to have this because I already had so much chaos before with the glissando and stuff and these weird chords. I like to focus on one note, and now we are developing the rhythm. So the trombone is doing new rhythms. But we are also searching new colors. The harp starts with normal, then she plays near the bridge, and then she plays with these harmonics that actually they sound unison, they sound an octave higher, so it's always G sharp, even though it looks completely crazy because it's like A flat G sharp, A flat G sharp. The harpist is actually changing the strings, but it's always G sharp. And then we have these random sforzandos here to give a bit of variety. But you see that we have the pulse. We have the pulse, and then we have the most extreme way of screwing up with the pulse, which is this 5, this doublet of 5 in a 3/4 bar, which is a bit hard to perform. But even in these cases, even if it's not like perfectly rhythmical, it's okay. The harpist is giving the pulse. This is a deviation from the pulse as long as the harpist is keeping up with the rhythm, the trombone will adapt. Then we have again the pulse. Ta, 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 ta. So you see that we have the doublet of 5 screwing up the rhythm, and then we have quickly back to the pulse, and then we are going again out of the pulse. Okay, so you have a bit this crazy frenetic dance, and bit by bit, so all these notes that I'm using, all these weird chords, they are again using a bit of the same rules. So as you see, we have here 6 notes going up, and all the 6 notes are different. I tend to avoid the octaves. I tend when I want to repeat one note, I repeat it in the same octave as before. And all these chords, they have all the notes. You see that they have pretty much all the notes of the mode. And then slowly, bit by bit, for example, here I start to introduce new notes of the mode. And here the harpist has to change a lot of pedals. I have to rewrite this to make it a bit more friendly for the harpist, because it's just one break to change a lot of pedals. I have to spread the changing of pedals around a bit. We went back to the pulse with some sforzandi, and I have no idea what to write next. I think now I'm at this moment that I hit a dead end, because I'm writing sounds and chords, and I'm developing a bit the technique, and I have the big idea of the piece in place. I know I want to have a crazy dance. I know I want to have steady rhythm and going out of that steady rhythm, but I still like a title, and I still like a direction for the piece. So I have like here I have like 3 minutes of music here already written, which is, or 12 minutes, which like half the piece is written. Half the piece is written, so it's quite good. Yeah, it still seems a bit chaotic for me. It seems like it's going nowhere. It's just like I have some cool sounds, some stuff, but I need to really think through about the title, about the message of the piece, because it seems like it's going nowhere. I don't know what I'll do next, so keep waiting for the next videos. Bye.